Sometime in the next few years, the gay marriage question will likely be decided, like so many other social and political issues before it, by a court ruling or a law or a constitutional amendment, or maybe all the above. Nobody sees the unions being sanctioned unilaterally in San Francisco as a final solution, but they may speed the process, and in so doing, force millions of middle grounders to take sides. Taking sides here on Live from, of course, California radio talk show host Karel and Paul McGuire, both of whom join us from our LA bureau, and you're both sitting together. No punches.
Yeah. no punches.
No
Hi,
punches,
Kyra.
no slaps. Hi, guys.
How are you today?
Good.
How you doing?
Thank you both for being with us. Karel, let's start with you. Actually, I want you both to respond to this, but Karel, we'll start with you. Okay. Gavin Newsom, first of all, as a leader, as a mayor, isn't he supposed to uphold the law?
He is supposed to uphold the law, but when there is an unjust law and you are in a position of power, it is also your responsibility to point that out. We need to be very clear on this debate, however. This debate is not about marriage. This is about a state and federal mandate against gays and lesbians. They want to place a big no stamp on the foreheads of gays and lesbians in the state and in the country, and therefore they've drawn their own battle lines. This is not about the sanctity of marriage. It is about a referendum against gays and lesbians.
Paul, is this an anti-gay issue, or is this about marriage?
Well, really, this is about marriage and the sanctity of marriage. You know, 68% of the people in California voted for Proposition 22, which defined marriage as between a man and a woman.
Well, then 68% of the people in the state of California were wrong.
I think what is happening in San Francisco is breaking the law. It's clear that homosexual and lesbian couples deserve some kind of legal sanction, but marriage is not the way to go, and certainly not marriage where you're breaking the laws of the state of California.
And what do you base that opinion on?
All right, Karel, let's talk about the word marriage here. I know you've written a lot about the word marriage.
Yes, I have.
Let's define marriage.
All right, first of all, let's remember that marriage is about property. It was always about property. That property was the woman, in fact.
It's not about love?
No, love was never even mentioned about marriage until the 17th and 18th centuries. Marriage was always about property. It was about the rights of succession, who inherited what. Men were known to have affairs. They wanted to protect their estates. They wanted to make sure there were no, quote-unquote, bastard children who could make claims against the estate, and that's what marriage was about. Marriage is a two-step process. It is a civil process, and then it is a religious process, and those two were never and not related in any way, shape, or form. So the history of marriage, if anyone would go back and look it up, is really all about property, all about finances, all about rights. It is not about love.
Karel,
it is not about religion.
We know that America historically has been wrong about a lot of things, too.
Yes, America was wrong about whether women should be able to vote. America was wrong about whether or not we should have slaves. America was wrong about so many things. Sure. America doesn't make policy on public opinion. We are a land of law, and the Constitution guarantees equal protection. That doesn't mean for people that you don't like, they're to be excluded, particularly if you don't like them based on religious beliefs. Keep your religion out of my Constitution.
All right, Paul, I got to give Paul a chance here to jump in. Go ahead, Paul.
Okay, marriage really is about love. It's about raising children in a nurturing environment. What we're looking at here is overturning 5,000 years of civilization. The purpose of marriage is for a man and woman to come together in love, create children.
That is factually incorrect.
Right, hold on. Let Paul finish.
It's a protective institution. And the other thing, Karel, and I think Karel knows this, that there has been no civilization in the history of mankind, including the Roman and Greek Empire, which ever legally sanctioned the marriage of same-sex couples.
So because no other civilization has had the common sense to do what needs to be done, we shouldn't do it?
Karel, the problem here is we're talking about raising children.
You think gay people can't raise children?
Let's let Paul
finish.
They
are raising children.
Finish, Paul.
They are raising children, but they're raising children. A gay couple, as I know that you know, Karel, cannot reproduce in and of themselves in their own relationship. If two men come together,
couples, men and women who are infertile should not be able to get married.
Okay.
If two men come together, they can't produce a baby.
Let me ask you this. The final question before we go. I just want to know from both of you, and quickly, please, Karel, do you think this country will ever accept gay marriage?
I think the country's not going to have a choice because the Constitution, once again, is very clear on this. I'm sorry that it became a weapon of mass distraction in this election. This is not not an issue that needs to be on the table right now. If the Republicans are truly about states' rights, let's let the states decide. You can't be for states' rights and then step in and say, well, only when we agree with the state, although John Ashcroft does have a history of doing that with medical marijuana, with assisted suicide, whatever they disagree with. The Constitution protects everyone in this country.
Okay.
I don't need special rights. I just need what the Constitution ensures.
Paul, quickly, this country ever going to accept gay marriage?
No, because 55% of the American public does not want gay marriage. In the state of California, 68% of the Californians do not want gay marriage. So if we're really looking at the will of the people, not just a special interest group,
84% of the
we
people
need to
supported
affirm the
slavery.
fact
Let Paul finish. All right.
68% of Californians do not want homosexual marriage.
And 84% of America wanted slavery.
And if you want to hear more flavor from Karel and Paul, you can catch their radio shows, KGO Karel, Paul, KBRT. Gentlemen, thank you. There we go. They're shaking hands. I'm feeling good. I can sleep tonight. Thank you both.
As long as he doesn't propose to me, we're
fine. As long as I don't propose
as
to him,
long as you both did get married, you're okay. All right, very good. Karel and Paul, gotta love them.